Hi, I'm Sister Geralyn Schmidt, and you're listening to Musings from a Catholic Evangelist. There's a story that goes on. It was a young couple, and they had a 4-year-old son. And the mother was about to they were pregnant, and the mother was about to give birth to another newborn son. And the son had blood issues, and both parents weren't matched for what the son needed. So, but their older son, perfect match for this new baby. Without the blood transfusion, the baby would die. So the dad sat down with his older son and said, "Honey, I'm asking you for a big favor," and trying to explain in a 4-year-old mind that, your little brother needs a blood transfusion. Didn't use those words, but needs some of your blood. And he was okay with it. And will it hurt, Daddy? And it's like, no, all you hear is a prick. So, okay, all you feel is a prick. So the older son got together, in the hospital to get a blood transfusion, and then his father was standing right by him. And maybe 10 minutes after the initial prick and his blood began to flow, he began to cry. And his father's like, "Buddy, what's the matter?" And the little boy said, "When is it going to happen? When is it going to happen?" He goes, "What are you talking about, buddy?" And he said, "When am I going to die? I'm giving my blood for my brother so that he lives. When am I going to die?" And his father just picked him up and hugged him and said, "No, we're just taking some of your blood. You will not die." This was just an amazing story that kind of reminds me of the next person that we're going to talk about, a servant of God, Archbishop Sheen. And recently on YouTube, on the internet, I think his canonization is come forward a little closer. So this is ever ready. He was, believe it or not, he walked through the diocese at one point, which is interesting. So back in October 30th, 1973, 100 years ago, for some of us even before we were born. Not me, I was very tiny, yeah. He actually was invited by the Chamber of Commerce in Greater Harrisburg to speak. And that back then, it was cool to be Catholic, because he was the host for a very vibrant and well-known television program called Life Worth Living, and he would talk about our faith, the Catholic faith, on national television. It was something that not just Catholics would watch it, but those intrigued by the message. So here he is, this television celebrity being asked by a non-Catholic entity to speak to any topic that he wanted. Wow. And what did he speak on? Love. Love. Interesting. If you Google within YouTube Archbishop Fulton Sheen love, you can actually see the actual talk, not of the Greater Harrisburg area, but he actually went around different places, but you could see the same talk. He writes something, or said something in that talk about love. Let me read it to you. "Love is not simple as we think. We don't realize the depth to which it can go. But agape love, sacrificial love, that we all look in our hearts. Our hearts are not perfect in shape or in contour. There's a small piece missing from the body of every heart. I think there's a reason for it. When God made the heart, he found it so good, so perfect. He decided to keep a small sample for himself. Now, you could never lose with a whole heart on this earth. You could never love with a whole heart until you go back to God and recover the part that he has been keeping for you for all eternity." Now, Archbishop Fulton Sheen talks about the meaning of love, the 3 kinds of meaning of love, but the agape love is profound. That sacrificial love, the willingness to die for someone. So doesn't that make you want to pause? Like sometimes the pithy understanding of what true love is that our society holds near and dear to its heart, it falls short. Even though he spoke about this back in 1973, it's still so important because we have forgot what sacrificial love is all about. That young boy who was willing to give all his life's blood, knowing that what that would mean for him so that his younger brother could live. What a message for us. A message that we can't not ever forget. This is what true love is. And that can be seen with Jesus on the cross. You're listening to Musings from a Catholic Evangelist, and I'm Sister Geralyn.